Well, hey there folks, Judy here from East Texas Living. What we're going to do today, I have something here from Vevor, and I don't know if y'all have ordered off of Vevor, but we have ordered a ton of their stuff, and for the most part, everything we've been happy with. We even ordered our vacuum sealer, chamber sealer for preserving vegetables and vacuum sealing food and stuff, and it's been great. And anyway, what I've got here, what I'm going to call is the modern day scarecrow, and I'm going to just see if this will work. And what this is, it's one of those, what do I call it here? What are they calling it on the outside of the box or the brochure? They're not calling it anything. They're calling it, oh, an Air Dancer inflatable tube man. So it's one of them things like you see at car dealerships or places that are having like mattress sales, and it's those little blow up things that wave around in the air. That's what this is, and I'm hoping, the reason I got it, I'm going to put it out here next to my blackberries, and I'm just going to try and see if it'll deter some of these birds. Now, one of the things I've mentioned about living here, we have the feral hog problem, but we have a lot of beautiful, beautiful birds. But if you've ever grown berries, not a good thing with birds. And our blueberries are shot because the freeze got them, so we're not getting any blueberries this year. But we do have some of these blackberries that are starting to come on that we've trellised. And I have never found anything successful in deterring birds out of my berry patch other than a net. Other than covering them, building like a PVC hoop type enclosure with bird netting over the top. And if y'all have ever dealt with that old sticky bird netting, that stuff is awful. So I have found some other materials, but I thought I'd give this a try and just see if this thing dancing around and waving in the air will deter them. Now, it is electrical, so for purposes of this video, I've brought my little Jackery battery pack out here, and I'm just going to set it up and test it. So, what I may resort to is a very long extension cord just going up to the house, just to get me through berry ripening season. So, I can deal with that hassle just for the short amount of time that I'm going to need this. And pretty soon it's going to be dewberry picking time, and you would think all these birds would be off on those, but they don't care. I mean, they'll assault my blackberries, no problem. So anyway, let's get started and we'll see what we got here and see if this was worth it. By the way, this was $44, and I think it's 6 feet tall or something like that. And it did come with a little motor that blows them up. What I found online, most of the places, believe it or not, they would sell you this part, which is the tube man itself, the Air Dancer or whatever, but they wouldn't sell you the motor. You had to buy the motor separate. And so what I was finding was most of those were close to $100 by the time you bought the two separate things. And this off of Vevor for a little motor, and then the actual air dancing man was 44 bucks. So I figured, you know, it's worth it to try and see if this will deter these birds. So y'all come on. All right, for those of y'all who have never lived in snake country, you may not know what this is. But for those of you that have, you know what this is. This is my little friend that I'm packing around with me these days. All right, so what we got here, we've got a couple of plugs here, so we'll have to figure out what these are for. And this, of course, is our power plug. I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out. And then we've got our little motor. And here's our, our little wavy guy. What did I get? I got two different varieties. So I got a red, white, and blue, which is kind of neat. I didn't know they were going to send me two. So I guess when I get tired of looking at one, I can do the other one. And then I got a solid blue. So since we got Memorial Day coming up, I'll go with the red, white, and blue and see what that looks like. All right, so, and here's the fan that's gonna blow and keep that thing going. You got a little switch right here, a little rocker switch. And what else? Where's our little power plug-in thingy? Oh, it says keep dry, so this thing definitely isn't waterproof. You don't want to leave it out in the rain. Here's our plug right there. Man, that was hard to find. Right there, that's where our AC plug is going to go into. I guess, okay, so this is got elastic on it. That slips down over the neck of the little motor piece. Wonder how long that's going to last. Okay, so here's our AC plug that's going to go on the outside of that motor. And then this is going to go here. That's that second plug that was in the box. It's going to go into that box there. And then this will go into your extension cord. That'll power you. And this will go into the unit itself. So we'll get this off of here. Man. It's heck getting old. You can't see diddly squat. But, you know, consider the alternative, as they say. So these instructions, interestingly enough, are talking about all this Velcro and all this other stuff on the, you know, putting it down over the motor unit or the blower. There ain't no Velcro on none of this. This has got this kind of this El Cheapo elastic that I'm sure is not going to stay, but we'll see. Not too difficult if this will work. It's pretty snug elastic, but I could see where over time, you know, it'll probably stretch out. Maybe that's why they give you two of them. All right, let's get this thing plugged in and see if it'll power up. Let's see here. All right, so we got power. Okay. Oh, hey, looky there. That works. So folks, it works. Pretty easy, 44 bucks. So I'll probably put it between the two blackberries here, and it'll just be hanging out inside that trellis area. And then, yeah, I will have to come out here if we're expecting rain and unplug it and just bring it in the house or whatever, or throw a tarp over it or something, because it ain't waterproof. But, so hopefully, folks, you know, this might help deter some of these cardinals and blue jays and all of that. Now, if I got to get that other one out here and put two of them, you know, just to keep them off of these blackberries until I can pick them, I'll do it. Because to me, this is easier. If y'all have ever built, like I said, one of them hoop structures out of PVC pipe, you know, that's not the hard part, because you don't have to glue it or anything. You just snap it together. But it's dealing with all that bird netting. That stuff is awful, awful. So I'm hoping this will deter these birds long enough to where I can pick these blackberries and it'll be easy peasy. And our rainy season, yeah, we're gonna get a few more thunderstorms and I will have to come out here and get it. But for the most part, our bad storms are coming to an end in about another 3 weeks or so. So these will be ripening within, I would say, 2 weeks. So yeah, so I may have to deal with shuttling it back and forth, but to me it's worth 44 bucks if it works, and I don't have to build a PVC enclosure with netting, and then anytime you come out to pick, you got to raise that netting and all of this. So anyway, that's what I've historically done. So I'll let you know if it works, and if not, we'll be resorting back to the old bird netting. So anyway, hope you might have enjoyed this. This is my idea of the modern day scarecrow. We'll see. Vevor is where I got it. And like I said, we've had a lot of good luck off of Vevor. So that's all I've got for y'all folks. So as always, keep the military in your prayers. And grow a little your own food. It certainly can't hurt a darn bit. And yeah, it's beautiful out here today. So y'all keep the faith, and we'll see you on the next one.